Oh my god.
Why is it so nerve
I'm gonna keep that
wracking?
in.
It's so nerve wracking for no reason.
I already pressed record, so I'm gonna include that little bit like all the way at the end for the few people that stick to the end. They're gonna be like, "Why was AB just screaming?"
um, all right. Do you want to do the intro, or should I go
Yeah,
ahead?
yeah. I was actually gonna tell you like let me do it this time because I know I've been making you do it the
Mm,
last like 3 episodes.
lovely.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
All right. All right, what's up, guys? We're back with another podcast episode. Once again, we do not have a name, but it's me, Jaboozle, and I'm here with ABXY. And we basically just have a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about. This is what we've been doing for the last 3 or 4 episodes now. And we're just going to go ahead and talk about stuff, both mobile gaming related and also some things that are just interesting and stuff, things that interest us both and things that you guys have said you wanted to hear more of in the comments. But yeah, I'm here with AB. You wanna go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah. What's up, Jaboozle?
What's up, guys? Jaboozle here. Oh my god.
Yeah. Welcome to another podcast episode, guys. I appreciate you guys. Jeb and I are loving. We're having a good time doing this series, and yeah, we're still hammering all the things out, and hopefully we get better and better. And like Jeb said, we have tons of topics to talk about, and we hope you enjoy them because we have some really good stuff. We have up and coming games. We have drama. We have
Mhm.
unseen footage. We have I don't know. We have this. We have this.
Oh my god. Yeah, guys, we wrote down a bunch of stuff that we wanted to talk about, and we hope you guys enjoy. And if you do, then maybe leave a comment down below to let us know that we should keep doing this. But yeah, I wanted to open up with the reaction thing because that obviously ties into one of the topics that you had in store. But over the last couple weeks, people have been making it known that they are either for or against content creators doing reaction content, and
Mm-hmm.
this all started because of XQC, who's obviously one of like the biggest streamers in the world at this point. I guess he was doing a lot of reaction content, watching other people's YouTube videos and stuff, and people started to heavily criticize it because he wasn't really, I guess, putting enough input in to really make it like, yeah, this is like a legitimate form of reaction content, and he should be able to monetize this and all that stuff. And so it basically sparked like this whole huge debate of should reaction content be allowed or should it not be allowed and stuff like that. So I wanted to ask you, AB, of what
Yeah.
you think of it, and also just give some of my thoughts on it. But I wanted to see what you had to say of it first.
Yeah. So XQC is one of the biggest streamers and probably one of the biggest personalities in the streaming world. And he's been getting heavily criticized for, I guess, not creating original content. He does a lot of reaction
Mm.
stuff. Um, he's getting a lot of criticism from like other creators saying that he's taking away views because let's say if someone uploaded a video, XQC reacts to it and then ends up basically consuming all of the views, and then the original creator doesn't get credit. um I
Mm-hmm.
do see that, I do understand that, but I think it goes both ways because he could also kind of promote that other creator a little bit. um Someone was saying that they typically don't see that kind of crossover. So like if you're watching XQC, it's very rare for one of those, like, I guess, viewers or fans to go check out that other creator, which is pretty sad. And I don't know, man. I feel like I kind of see it. I kind of see how it hurts original creators, but at the same time, though, there is something about XQC. I don't know exactly what it is, but if people would rather watch him just react to stuff, I think that says more about the viewer than the actual content being created. I know he's getting a lot of heat right now, but there's a reason why people go to him to see his reactions. And I think at the end of the day, people just want to be entertained. If you're on Twitch, you're looking to be entertained. If you're watching a streamer or someone like XQC, you're looking for entertainment. You're not necessarily looking for, I don't know. I don't know what it is exactly, but people love XQC, and there's a reason why he gets so many damn views. I don't understand. He is a funny guy, but besides that, I don't get it. I don't really get it. Do you kind of what do you think? What do you think it is about XQC that people just kind of flock to him?
I think I don't know. I don't watch many streamers, but I think the ones that I do watch, it's because they're like genuine and they're like unapologetically themselves. And so whether that be good or bad, it's like it's who they are, and they don't put up this front and they don't put up this fake energy to be like, I'm whoever the YouTuber and this is my stream, blah blah blah. Like they're just themselves when they're on camera and stuff. And I think XQC is that. Like like he's like a weird, like kind of disgusting guy, but he's funny at the same time. And that that's who he is on stream, and that that's who he is off stream and stuff. And it's just a little bit more enticing, I guess, versus some of the other people who like come off as like these really nice sort of like I don't even know the correct word for it, but like just these sort of like almost corporate like streamers that have this persona and this image and this character that they play. And I don't know, it just comes off as kind of fake and stuff. And I think the reason why XQC is like so popular is because he doesn't come off like that. He comes off as like I think he calls himself and like his fans like the goblins or whatever. Like he comes off like as a goblin. Like he comes off as like a dude that's just like a degenerate. And it's like it's I don't know. I guess it's enticing for other degenerates to be like, yeah, this is one of us. Like let me watch this guy instead of this other person and stuff. But
Yeah, I think it's yeah. I guess that he is kind of just a regular dude. I mean, he's rich as hell though. I think
for sure, for
it's
sure.
some of the comments that he had. I guess he was having like Twitter beef with like Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast, and they were going like back and forth, and they
Yeah.
were like DMing each other a bunch of stuff. But then like XQC finishes off his DM by like showing his like I don't know like $1 million watch. Like I don't know, man. He seems like a real dude. Like he is who he is, but at the same time, like that doesn't mean he's necessarily the nicest guy around.
No, yeah. I definitely don't agree with like he's like the people's champ or anything like that, you know? That whole thing kind of has like a double-edged sword, obviously, with the whole DM situation. Like he came off like really bad. And I think people even commented that that watch is only like 400K or something, and Ethan Klein's house is like $10 million. So it
God
was like a
damn.
dumb, yeah, it was like a dumb flex to even begin
Right.
with, because like
Right.
and people were like, okay, if he actually spent like 10 million on that AP, like it's way overpriced, and it just exposes how dumb he is. So that whole thing, I don't agree with it like that. Yeah, that made him look really insecure and like really bad. But yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest, I did watch XQC for a time, mostly when he was playing Overwatch, because that's what I was playing at the time. But as like the years have gone on and stuff, and as he's gotten into like gambling streams and stuff like that, I just had no interest in that stuff, so I didn't really watch. And the only time I ever really hear of him now is when there's like new drama that he's involved in, or whatever.
Yeah, he's XUC's definitely like a viral guy. He goes viral, and he has like funny clips, like clippable moments. That's what he does, and that's who he is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Do you think he could make original content? I mean, I don't know what he would even do. Like just play video games? I don't know. I don't know what people.
Yeah, I think
I don't know what people
I
want him to
think
do. What do they want to see from him? That's kind of the like. What do you guys? What would they want to see from him? He's I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't know, because I've seen a lot of people insinuate that like without reaction content he's nothing. But I don't think people realize like he got to where he was on Twitch like without doing the reaction content. Like he was doing GTA roleplay stuff. He was like a pro Overwatch player, one of the best players in that game at that time, you know. He's done like a bunch of stuff outside of reaction content on Twitch that got him to where he was in the first place. So I don't really agree with the idea that like without reaction content he's nothing, because I've always sort of seen it as like that's like supplemental content that he does just to post on YouTube. And like his main thing, especially lately, has been like gambling streams, or like
Yeah.
CS:GO stuff, or GTA roleplay stuff, and things like that. Um, so I definitely think like without the reaction content, he would still be massively successful. Like I don't think that is the sole reason why he's
Right.
where he's at right now. But I do agree with some of the criticisms that people have said about his specific type of reaction content, because I think the one example people kept pointing out was I don't know what it was he was reacting to, but apparently he put on a video and then he literally got up and like went to go take a dump. Like he literally went to go
Yeah.
take a dump mid video and was gone for like 10 minutes, and then he just comes back and like that was the video, that was the reaction. And it was like, that's obviously that's not a reaction, you're just reposting other people's content and monetizing it, and at that point, it's not cool. But I have seen some stuff from him where he's shown off the creator's video. He has put some type of input. Obviously, it's his specific type of input, which you can argue is valid or not. But yeah, when it comes to just letting other people's stuff, play, and you're just sitting there eating your lunch or like going to take a dump, I don't really agree with that type of reaction content. Like you're not you're not actually reacting. You're not putting any, unique input into this video to make it sort of your own. Um, but I do think there is some type of reaction content, I guess, that you can make unique. And I don't know. What do you think though?
I don't know, man. I think you're right. I think you're right. XUC got to this point. He he is where he is because of his own uniqueness. His people wouldn't be staring at an empty seat, an empty chair, a
Mhm.
empty gaming chair, waiting for him to come back if he wasn't doing something right. So, yeah, it sucks
Right.
that some people aren't getting, I guess, their due credit or whatever. But I mean, I think
Yeah.
he's just XUC's at he's at like the pinnacle of what he does, so he can basically just do whatever. He's gonna get a bunch of haters nonetheless, but I mean, I
Yeah.
think, what I mean. That's sometimes what happens, dude. Sometimes you just get so big, so famous that you can do anything, and people are just gonna stick around and tune in. But I mean, nothing against his work. I know he's been he's been a streamer for a long time and all that. So I don't know. I just don't understand. It just sounds like the only people he's beefing with are like other big, huge content creators, and it's like, bro, just shut up. You're both big. You're both rich. Like everybody does the same thing. H30 does the same thing. They react to content. All
Yeah.
those
That.
other
That.
streamers, Mudahar, all of them, they all watch other people's stuff, give their opinions, and it's the exact same thing. Some people just use bigger words than XQC.
Exactly. I think I actually like tweeted something like that. I can't remember, but it was during the whole Ethan XQC thing. And yeah, because they all kind of do the same thing. They'll react to other people's content or other people's situations, and then they'll pretend to be outraged and stuff, and then they'll move on to the next news topic the next day and stuff. And it's all content. Like everyone's, there's hardly few people in this specific situation. Like there's hardly any people that are making like completely original content without piggybacking
Is
off
there
of
one?
someone else's situations or whatever it is. So yeah, like the people you just mentioned, Mudahar, Ethan Klein. I love Mudahar. I watch him literally like every day. But he uses other people's content. He reacts to it. If it's something dumb that someone said, or if it's whatever it is, like they'll all give their input and stuff. I think the problem with XQC is just a little bit of the trolling that he does when it comes to like, yeah, let me play this person's video and then walk off camera for 10 minutes. Because that at that point you're not reacting. You're just reposting someone else's video that they probably worked really hard on, and you're monetizing that on your YouTube channel and stuff. And I think that's just specifically where I wouldn't agree with it. But I think you actually made a pretty interesting point too, though, in the beginning, where you said like it kind of is like promotion. As a content creator, like if XQC watched my video on stream, I kind of would consider that like promotion. I'd be like, this might expose it to a whole group of people that might have never heard of my channel in the first place. And I think maybe he could just do a little bit better though when it comes to like giving credit to the original creators. And I don't think he would have as much of an issue as he's had in the last few weeks.
I agree. I agree. And on to transition to another quote unquote reaction content creator.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
kind of want to get into this mobile gaming beef between Bobby Plays and Stealth COD Mobile.
One
Um,
of the more controversial COD Mobile
y-
guys, I guess.
yeah, and I'll be honest, talking about promotion and stuff, like I had no idea who Stealth COD Mobile was. Sometimes when I'm on Twitter, things get recommended to me. I don't know how the activity feed works. It just starts recommending stuff that you might like because it's in the COD mobile realm. It recommends, content and content
Right.
creators. And I guess there's this beef going on. I don't know who called out who first. I think Stealth COD Mobile had a take on iPad versus mobile or something. He was complaining about some aspect of COD Mobile, and then Bobby
Mhm.
reposted him and said something along the lines of like, "Oh, this is the guy who can't play the game or can't handle the game," and then this is, basically he was disrespecting Stealth COD Mobile style of videos and channels, and
Yeah.
he said something on along the lines of, let's see, because I got his replies right here. Um, well, Bobby blocked him in the end, but let's see. I guess it started. Oh yeah, I guess I think Bobby might have deleted it or something. But it's for the message from Stealth said, "My gosh, was that a bad suggestion for everyone knows a dual face of you, my friend? You are legitimately one of the most toxic guys I ever saw in the whole CODM community, and egotistical as well. If you don't like anyone's content, then simply put it in do not recommend. But nah, you got to be a psychological hysteria for creators like us, and that's why you keep doing these." And then I think someone called him out saying
Wow.
something along the lines of like, I think it was Bobby who said like, "Oh, Stealth is just some kid who hides his face in behind the internet or something like that." And then Stealth replied to, I don't know where those tweets went. I think Bobby just deleted them, but
Yeah, yeah.
Stealth responded. I think the last thing was to show the face part. I'm not afraid, but I don't want to. What? I don't want to people feel cringe like they do watching you. That's why I keep it simple as subtitles. Neither I'm privileged enough like you to have a good English accent. It's my third language. And I think Stealth is an Indian
Mm,
content creator.
right.
I looked up his channel. He does have a pretty healthy sized channel. He's in the 100Ks. He's 125,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
Um,
he's big.
his videos are getting like his last one 70,000 views, 17,000, 26,000. Like he's getting views. His YouTube shorts, I think coming going back to the XUC thing, I guess he's just posting like small gameplay clips and then posting XQC reactions on the bottom. Um,
Yeah.
but these videos here though, like 162,000, 56,000, 137,000. My dude is getting views, tons of views on shorts. And I guess this is what they're calling him out on. They're calling him out on this style of content that he's not a real,
Yeah.
content creator or like a good COD mobile player, and they're just calling him out for like his whole
Yeah.
existence at this point. Um, I don't
Yeah.
know. The way I look at it, I kind of feel like those big YouTubers like Bobby Plays and Ducky. I feel like they're punching down on someone who's, you know, kind of grown himself like a nice little community or whatever. You know, he's
Mhm.
been on YouTube. This channel's been around since 2020, and I don't know anything about Stealth, but just going by the tweets,
Damn.
it just kind of seems like they're punching down on someone. Look, country India, age 20, and Bobby's like 40 with like a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's not a good look.
he's already built his success. He's got, he's doing big things with Call of Duty Mobile. He's been a partner creator. In a way, I kind of feel like regardless of the style of Stealth's content, like I don't know, I think you got to give the man a little credit or not say anything at all. I don't know. What do you think, Jeb?
I know a lot of the big creators don't share this opinion, I guess. But I've actually called out previous big creators. Mod 6 was one of them, Winsanity was one of them. Um I don't get where this whole like I can dictate what is content and like what isn't content attitude is. Like I don't get it.
Oh, I think I remember these tweets from a while back.
Yeah, I made a video too. Like I was like, look, they're saying that people who either leak content or make
That's what it
videos
was.
on leaked content, yeah, like they were straight up saying like if you leak content or make content on leaks or whatever, like you're not a real content creator. And as someone who did it and was obviously like personally offended, like I was like, this is not true. Like there are plenty of content creators who are at the 1K mark or 5K mark or whatever it is trying to leverage like anything they can to grow in the community, you know? They
Mm-hmm.
don't have like the big business relationships or like sponsorships or agencies or things like that to be able to grow. So they leverage whatever type of content it is that they can make in order to grow their communities. And that's kind of what I feel like with Stealth COD Mobile here. Like, yeah, obviously he's posting a bunch of like generic COD Mobile shorts of XQC reacting to some COD Mobile clip or whatever it is, and obviously people are enjoying it though because people are watching it over and over and over again.
Right.
So as a big content creator, to just sort of call this out and be like, you're not a real content creator, it's just such weird behavior to me, especially when you're like 30, 40 years old, a whole ass dad and stuff. It's like, why are you worried about this 20-year-old who's making content like this to be making like these threads and stuff like that? Like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's much weirder behavior to be calling that out than it is to actually be making these type of videos. Do I make these videos myself? No, I don't. Do I still make leak videos? Not really. Like, I kind of transitioned away from that over the last year and I stopped making it, but I don't disrespect anyone, or I don't, I don't think less of anyone who still does it, because it is, in my opinion, a legitimate form of content creation. You're just leveraging what you have access to.
Right.
And I think some of these bigger content creators don't like these types of content, whether it be this specific type of reaction or whether it be leaks or whatever it is. I think they don't like it mostly because it's content that they can't see themselves doing, or they can't do because of the business relationships that they have or sponsorship relationships that they have and stuff like that. And I think more than anything, that's the real reason. At the end of the day, I don't really know though, so I don't know, but I still think it's super weird to just sort of be picking at super young sort of content creators and being like, you're not a real content creator because yours, your content doesn't match my standards. It's like, you don't get to dictate what is or isn't content. Obviously, thousands of people are watching this dude every single day, so they think it's content, they're consuming it. So why even try to downplay that? It's so weird, in my opinion.
Well said. Well said, Jab. So well said, man. You know what though? Shots fired at Bobby.
Hey, like I'm not friends with any of these guys. If they say something weird, I'll call it out. If they say something cool, I'll praise it. I don't really care. I'm not really friends. I'm not really friends with anyone here on YouTube other than you, obviously. And everyone else is just sort of like, at the very, 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 very best, it's like a casual acquaintance, So,
yeah. These guys, man, you said it so well. Like, these guys they can't gatekeep, they can't dictate, just because they had to grind their path, it doesn't mean that they can tell other creators how to take steps in their journey. If Stealth COD Mobile, if everybody did Bobby Play style of content, it would be so generic, people wouldn't know who to watch. You know what I mean? There would be no diversity. There would be, it would be repetitive, redundant content. How many videos can you watch of somebody giving you the meta weapons? You know what I mean? All it takes is one or two videos and you know the meta. Why do we need everybody doing it? And then, as young as Stealth is, at 20 years old, he is from a different generation. He's coming up in the TikTok, generation where, the videos are different. They're probably resonating with a different crowd. He's probably uploading these YouTube shorts as TikToks. So, he probably has a better sense for social media than maybe what Bobby has. Every time I see Bobby, not every time I see Bobby online, it just seems like he's trying to like farm impressions or whatever. And I don't know, man. Like, when you start coming at other creators with like negative aspects or whatever, like, I think at that point, just keep your mouth shut, dude. Just let people do their thing. Either you support them or you don't. If you don't want to support them, I don't see Stealth. If Stealth is like being like super toxic and telling other creators that they can't do the same, then maybe it's fair to call him out. But if this man is just on his own hustle, his own grind, doing his own thing, trying to grow his own brand, he's from India. He probably doesn't have all the resources as Bobby Plays. Bobby Plays has been in the COD Mobile community for so long that he has one of the most privileged situations to be in. He's invited to events. He gets firsthand looks at everything. And so what do you, as a content creator without access to anything, what do? You have to, like you said, leverage what you got. And that might be humor. That might be reaction content. That might be, viral clips or whatever, It is what it is, man. And I think they should just leave that man alone. Leave Stealth alone, man.
I definitely don't agree. I have seen some of his like iPad things. He'll complain about iPad players and stuff, and like I don't really care about iPad players. Like, If anything, I think gaming phones are like this is probably controversial, but I think gaming phones are easier to play on than iPads themselves. But at
I
the same time, like
I would not be able
yeah,
to
like
pick up an iPad and play. I wouldn't. I would struggle so
dude,
hard with iPad. I would. I know I would.
I've tried I've tried so many times. I've tried it with the iPad Pro. I've tried it with a normal iPad. I've tried it with the iPad Mini. Gaming phones are easier. I'll happily say that like they're easier and they have better features for gaming than iPads do. But anyway, like I know Stealth is like a big iPad hater. So I know that's one of the reasons why people like Bobby pick on him and stuff. But in this specific situation, when it comes to like him leveraging like the XQC clip sort of reaction content and stuff, I don't agree with Bobby. Like it's like I don't like when these bigger content creators try to dictate what is or isn't content and stuff. And I will forever defend like the smaller content creators that
Yeah.
are always like being picked on by these bigger guys being like you're not a real content creator because you do leaks or you do reactions or you do whatever it is because it's like bro they don't have the resource like you said they don't have the resources that Bobby Plays has they're not being invited out to events they don't get first looks at the new upcoming content or games or whatever they're leveraging what they have access to and you can't knock them for that like it's they're using what they have at their disposal and that's that you know like and to go out of your way to be like you said punching down and stuff like it's just such a weird behavior especially when you're fucking 40 approaching and
I,
you have a kid and stuff it's like why are you focusing on this.
I would hate it if I tried. If I had one video that caught, any of these big guys' attention, whether that was Bobby, Ferg, Hawks, or any of these guys. If my name ever came up in out of their mouths or whatever, and they said something negative, I would be like, dude, why? What is wrong?
Yeah,
I would feel it would. Oh, I would boil inside, dude. But at the same,
I'm not gonna say much. I'm not gonna say much, but I know of certain big content creators, 100K like plus and stuff, that have said negative things about me when I was doing leak style content,
yeah,
and I 100% know that it was because they wish that they can do this style of content, but they can't because they're more interested in building agency relationships or business relationships or sponsorship relationships and stuff and this type of content is seen negatively when it comes to like getting picked up by an agency or getting the red magic sponsorship or whatever it is and so they can't do this style of content but they know that it is fruitful and they kind of like if tomorrow every single like sponsor and agency and business or whatever it was did not care anymore if you did leak content. I guarantee you every single one of these huge content creators would be leaking every single thing in their videos, but they don't because they know that it could hurt their bottom line. They know that it can hurt like their business dealings and stuff like that, so they can't do it.
yeah.
But these smaller creators don't have these business relationships, so they can do it. They leverage it, and they get thousands of views or tens of thousands, whatever it is. And I feel like that's where some of this animosity comes from, and that's why you get these 600K or whatever it is punching down at the 20K sub guy or the 100K sub guy or whatever it is. And yeah, I don't know. It's just weird like disparity that exists specifically in the mobile community too. I've never seen this in the console community or in like the PC community.
Right.
But when it comes to mobile, it's like someone's always at someone's throat for some dumb reason that shouldn't even exist.
Yeah, I mean, good point, dude. It's I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm just gonna say it always seems like the same guys. There are some guys that are super prominent in the mobile gaming community. I mean, if you think about it, it's the same dudes over and over and over again. You're gonna have
Yeah.
Win Sanity doesn't always be at the top of your feed. Bobby Plays, iFerg, those guys. You know what? Everyone is looking at them like the top, right? That's what you're striving
Right.
for. And when you have these guys speaking down on smaller creators, making people feel bad, imagine Stealth Card Mobile takes what he says to heart and says, you know what, I'm just gonna stop making videos. You just killed the man's dreams for what, dude? For what? Because you're afraid of competition? Because you don't agree with his style? Like it's so negative. It's just bad vibes. And I don't understand why anyone that has worked their way up to the top would ever look down at someone, quote unquote down on someone, and then
Mhm.
tell them, you suck, you're bad, don't stop what you're doing, dude, do something else. You know what I mean? Go, I don't know. It just sucks.
Yeah.
I will say though that some people are just they want to be the villain. Some people just
Yeah,
want to be
for
the
sure.
villain, for sure. And do you remember that dude Iros?
Oh yeah, me and him, we've got some,
Bro, I
we've
think he
got beef.
disappeared.
Yeah, apparently he deleted
He's
his
gone.
Twitter. I saw a bunch of people tweeting out being like, "It worked," and then it was like, "This account doesn't exist" or whatever it is.
This
I think even Bobby, I think Bobby himself, that was another thing that kind of bothered me was like, why do you care? Why are you checking up on this? Because he tweeted out being like, I didn't really mean it or something like that. And it was a screenshot of him being like it showed iRoss's account. It's like does not exist. And I guess the tweet before that was Bobby criticizing him or something. I don't know. But I've had my own problems with him. I've had a lot of problems with him actually. He's said a lot of nasty stuff on me, but I've never like criticized him as a content creator. I've never like demeaned his content, and I've for sure never told him to like stop or anything like that. So that was another thing that kind of stood out to me,
Do you
being like,
know if
this
his
is
YouTube channel still exists? It has to, right?
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, I don't think he would delete
He
that. I
probably just
haven't
deleted
checked on
his
it though.
social media because I remember he had posted something that, again, I don't go looking for Iros. I don't follow him. Like I said, he seemed like a negative dude, but at the same time, I don't know him. I can't get someone's character from just one tweet or whatever. But
Right.
I was just like I wasn't looking for him, and oh, his channel still exists, 10,000 subs. Um,
No, nice, nice.
yeah, let me. Um, but he came across my feed, and some he was I read it, and I read it probably like 2 3 times. He tweeted out something like
Mm.
um content creators should not support other content creators. You should only focus on your own audience and their needs or
Mm.
something like that. And I read it and I'm like, well, I mean, I guess that's your opinion. If that works for you, great. But look what it's gotten you now. Everybody, you mean like, I don't know. For
Yeah.
for me, I don't have that kind of mentality. I don't feel like I'm in competition with anyone. The only person that I have to compete with or overcome is myself. I have to overcome my own insecurities, my own time management, my own, you know, eh, you know, that's who I'm competing against. I'm not competing against other content creators. If I get there,
For
I'll get
sure.
there. If I earned it, I'll earn it, and I'll relish in the rewards of it. But to feel like another content creator is like taking my views or taking money out of my pocket or food out of my mouth, like it's not like that. Like I've never viewed it
Yeah.
that way. Maybe some
I'm
people feel
I'm
so down that they look at everybody like they lash out at everybody else, but I've never viewed it that way, dude.
I'm the same way, dude. I've never, even when I was like 1K or 2K or whatever it was, I was never looking at the 10K guy or the 50K guy being like, this guy is taking something from me, or this guy's doing something that's, taking potential views from it. I never bothered with like people that were bigger than me really. I kind of just did my thing and I did it for fun. And even still, I do it for fun. I do it because I enjoy it, and I don't care if it's someone who's below me or above me. Like I don't really look at it as like you can't do this style of content because you're stealing from real viewers or real content creators or whatever. Like it's just such a weird thing to kind of look at it as, and I definitely don't agree with what uh Iros said. I always want to call him Sprout because that was his original name, but
Sprout.
yeah, it was like Sprout Gaming, and his icon was like a little bells. What are they called? The vegetable?
Oh, wait, belt
Brussels
sprout?
sprouts.
Oh, Brussels sprout.
Brussels
I
sprouts.
was
There you
thinking
go.
of
Yeah, his.
Pokemon.
Yeah, me
Belt
too. Me too.
sprout.
I was like Bellsprout. Like, no, yeah, yeah, but yeah, but like even him, like I've had a lot of issues with him. He's called me a clickbaiter. He's called me a liar. Uh, he's called me a bunch of stuff, and he's criticized my content a bunch of times. But even still, like I wouldn't demean his content or whatever, even if it's not for me, just because obviously he's found his audience. He's got 10K subs or whatever it is,
Even if he does
and
have an audience, though, he's not getting the views. He's only getting like 100 views, 200 views per video. At 10K subs,
yeah,
that's
I mean that honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's just because of his personal attitude. Like, I don't necessarily say anything about his content, even if it's not for me, even if it's not the content that I do. But when it comes to his personal attitude and stuff, that is something I would criticize because obviously he's like I said, he's me and him have had issues before, and it's always stemmed from him first. Like he's always made some type of comment or some type of jab at me or whatever, and it's always like a I don't know. It's always like a weird thing with him. But anyway, yeah, I don't agree with what he said. I don't think you necessarily need to be in competition with any other content creators. Um, Obviously, me and you, we discovered each other when we were both like at 500-600 subs, and we've been friends ever since. And it doesn't matter like who's bigger or who uploads more or who streams more or whatever. Like we're always like supporting each other, and we're always leaving comments on each other's videos, streams, whatever it is. And I feel like some of these content creators, I think they do see it kind of as like a competition. And so they have their own little clique. And if you're outside of that clique and you're doing something they don't like, they have no problem beating down on it. And it's just such weird behavior to me. It's such weird attitude, especially when it's coming from people that are like 30, 40, things like that. It's just like
By the
it
way,
feels like high school.
by the way, Iros is only 21.
That dude's 50. I don't care what he says. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Ooh.
Hey, I haven't taken many jabs at him. That's probably like the second or third one. He's done a lot, so it's warranted.
Well, you know what? His Twitter is gone. Everybody got him off the platform, and it's been a quieter place. I will say though, being the bad guy, trying to be the bad guy, it might be fun. It might be funny for some people to watch, but at the end, bad guys never win. They don't prosper. I think just being a positive person, or even if you don't collaborate with other people and you just want to focus on your own content or whatever, that's fine too. But there's no need to go out of your way to like disrespect other people, put people down because you don't know what they're going through. I had heard that Iros had his own personal issues going on. His he had like his own issues. I don't want to say too much, but he had his own issues. So I mean, like no one was. I don't know, man. I'd rather just get this dude just get him off my screen, bro. I'm done with
that. Yeah, I know. I've heard from like other people what's been going on. That's one of the reasons why I haven't really lashed out. How I think maybe would have been warranted, because I feel bad. And I'm not like a dick, but I know some of these other guys know exactly what's going on and they ignore that and they just continue to hammer in. But then at the same time, if they're involved in some drama and someone's saying stuff about them or their family, all of a sudden it's this big deal and all of a sudden it's like how dare you cross that line sort of thing. So I don't know. It's just so weird. I feel like the mobile community is like it's unique in the types of drama that we have, and it's so weird that it affects people who are either 20 years old or 40, people who have kids who don't, people who are in college still, or people who have like whole ass careers and are retired and now just doing YouTube for fun or whatever. Like it's just such a weird environment, and it's made up of so many like different people from different paths of life. And then they just interact, and then you're just like, why is this 40-year-old beefing with this 16-year-old? and like it's so weird. But yeah. Anyway, I feel like we went on that topic for a good amount of time.
Well, you know what though? I think this is also a good learning point for other people. Like if anybody who's like trying to be a content creator, a lot of people tell me they want to do YouTube. A lot of people say that our channels inspire them and stuff like that. If you want to take any advice from me, besides working hard and doing your own thing, like just don't be a dick. Don't be a dick, dude. It's not gonna work out in the end. On a lighter note though, Jab, I was trying. No, sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you finish first. Go ahead.
No. I just wanted to say I agree, and I just wanted to mention I remember watching. I can't remember exactly what YouTuber it was, but this was back in like 2014, 2015. So it was a while ago. But they were huge. They were like hundreds of thousands huge. And they would always say like, you just have to remember this is a platform that like your mom or dad could upload to if they wanted to. Like at the end of the day, being a YouTuber, regardless of the sub number that you have behind you, it doesn't matter. Like you're still a person, you're still a normal person. And you should treat people accordingly. And I feel like some people forget that and they kind of develop an ego. And if you are thinking of getting into YouTube or whatever, just know like you should probably not become one of those people. Like it's better to just sort of be like AB, be like I guess me, and just sort of
Yeah, be like
I don't
like
know.
Jeb.
What's up, guys? Jaboosle here. Oh my god.
By the way, Jeb, I
It
was
catches me off guard. It catches me off
I
guard every
love it.
time.
I love it when it does, dude. I love it when it does. I just wanted to share that I'm actually trying to win. I'm trying to win a chair.
Oh, on Twitter?
Yeah. I Face Kaylee's giving away a chair. Her and Razor. I hope it's not a pink chair. I just realized that. I hope it's not that pink chair.
Let me are they doing it based off of like what? Like just random?
Yeah, I think it's random. I think you just gotta follow Face Kaylee, and then I think you had to do hashtag chair or something like that. I don't know if somebody got chosen already, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to
Let me
thirst
see,
trap everybody. I think
Oh wait, I gotta watch the stream. Hold on.
I
wanted to
think we
pop
were
up on
staring at
my
IROS so long that I think the audience may need a, they need a palate
gotcha,
cleanser.
gotcha.
They need the audience might need a palate cleanser.
This is all AB by the way. This is
And so if anybody sees me on Twitter and you guys are like, why is he following Face Kaylee? It's because I'm trying to win
it's a chair.
chair.
It's a chair.
It's a chair, damn it. Okay. Did you want to go into the Valorant mobile stuff?
Yes, yeah. So, if you guys haven't heard, there's like a new, I don't know if it's an alpha, beta, whatever it is, but it's a new testing phase for Valorant Mobile. Still seems to be China only, but it has opened up after like many months of silence or whatever, and now pretty much everyone in the mobile community, like content creators and stuff, are talking about it. There's a lot of people who have uploaded or re-uploaded the gameplay that has come out of China and stuff. It looks pretty good, and there are even some big content creators, small content creators, whatever it might be. There's a lot of content creators that are now getting access to it and are starting to show it off. As we can see here, this is actually YouTube friend of mine, Pritikin. Seems like he's actually gotten access to Valorant Mobile, which is interesting. I'm surprised he was able to figure that out, because I think you need like a WeChat account or whatever. I tried to do that with Arena Breakout, and it was so complicated.
How do you even do that? I can't even read. I don't even know how you would go get about translating that, dude.
Yeah, and apparently you need like an actual, I don't know if it's like a social security ID of China or like a number, but yeah, you need like some info. So like I don't, it was too much of a headache for me to do for any game, but apparently he did it, and apparently he's got access to Valorant Mobile.
You need John Zena to help you translate.
Yeah, man. I feel like over the last 2 years we've gotten so many games that are in like testing phases that are in like other countries, and it's kind of just turned me off of the idea of like I have to find a VPN that works. I have to create this new Google account and stuff. Yeah, it's Warzone Mobile was the last time I did that, and I was like, this is such a headache to try to update and try to download and try to get to work and stuff. I'm not doing this again. So it's cool that Valorant Mobile is available once again. I really like the gameplay that's coming out and stuff. I'm glad that other content creators are getting access to it and stuff. But like for me personally, I'm not trying to spend an hour trying to figure out how to download this game only to play on like 300 ping each match and stuff. So that's just where I'm at with it. But what about you, AB?
Yeah, I'm done trying to do the whole VPN thing. I actually, oh my god, bro, I just remembered a story. My brother-in-law, he was trying to play a Warzone mobile, and I don't know which instructions, what YouTuber he was following, but he downloaded a VPN. He changed his location to Australia, downloaded the game, and then everything on his phone stayed geo-locked to Australia. And he can't undo it. Keep in mind, this man has the Galaxy Z Fold.
Oh no!
And
that's a $1,200 phone.
And he geo-locked it all to Australia. And he can't figure it out. And I haven't been able to really help him. And like I don't know what he's gonna do. He said he just gave up. He was like, well, it's mostly all the same. and then he tried to he ordered some stuff online, like some shopping, and everything. He had to
Uh,
like manually change the addresses that because it was automatically trying to ship to Australia.
oh my god. Dude, I've never heard of that, and
Mm.
now I'm like, I'm scared, especially because my Warzone mobile thing. I did the Australia route. I did the Australian VPN, Australian Google Play account, all that stuff. So, damn, I'd give up. I'd give up if I were him.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how he's gonna fix it.
Emotional damage.
I, I don't know what he's gonna do.
That's crazy. Imagine trying to like sell that phone too and be like, "Oh, by the way, it's stuck in Australia. You can only download Australian apps."
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know
That's
what he's gonna do.
crazy.
But yeah, the whole thing about trying to um download games. Now we got to learn Chinese to get into them. Like I'm good. I would love to play these games, especially I've said it before. As a content creator, you want to have access to these games and make videos on them, and your audience is even asking like, "Hey, can you check it out? We want your opinions
Yeah.
on it." And it's like, I would love to, dude, but I'm not gonna be jumping through hoops, bending over backwards, and then geo-locking my phone.
Yeah. I mean, I've even I did like a week ago or so. I did like a Warzone mobile video to show the performance on Android, and even that it was such a hassle. I had to make a brand new Google Play account for Australia with the VPN on. I had to find a VPN first of all that would work. Then I had to download the game in Australia. It took forever because I have a VPN on. Then I have to update the game. Then I have to play with 200 ping and stuff. It's just like it's such a process. And at this point, I'm just like, dude, I'll just wait for the North American like beta or whatever it is, because it's like, and I feel like it's not even enjoyable to watch too, because if I'm suffering while playing it, like, what is the viewer gonna think when I'm playing on 300 ping and like people are teleporting around the map and stuff, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I'll wait, but for the other people that want to get it immediately, like, I totally get it too.
Yeah, I mean it sucks. It sucks, but I mean eventually all these games they'll launch in your region and they'll be in better shape and you'll enjoy it a lot more. Everybody that ends up playing these games early, they run into issues like you mentioned, the ping and desync and everything, and people have a bad experience. Like whenever I see someone play Warzone Mobile, all they're doing is mentioning all the awful things about it, and people wondering like, is this game can even be ready? And it's like, well, at the same time, you got to keep in mind that this test isn't even meant for your region. There's a lot of things
Yeah.
that go into play with, you know, matchmaking and ping connection and all that. If those things aren't in sync, you're gonna have a bad experience. So,
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I did the Warzone mobile thing, but like at the same time, I was connected to an Australian VPN and had super high ping, so it's kind of hard to come to like a conclusive, sort of thing. But yeah, I am interested though in how Valorant Mobile is gonna turn out, because as someone who played League of Legends for like 5, 6 years, I had very high hopes for League of Legends Wild Rift, the mobile version,
yeah,
and I feel like it didn't even make a dent. Like, I feel like Mobile Legends is just so popular, especially in Southeast Asia, that Wild Rift never really caught that much attention, and especially here in North America, because I think after like a few years, they straight up like stopped supporting the esports scene here in North America, and are, I think right now, are just focusing on Southeast Asia. And I don't know. I feel like it's a very well made MOBA. Don't get me wrong. It's very clean. The performance is great. The spirit of League of Legends is gameplay and stuff, but it just never caught on. And I think Valorant Mobile can be different because there's not really many games that can compete, whereas Wild Rift had to compete against Mobile Legends and Pokemon Unite and Arena Valor and stuff like that. These huge MOBAs that already had a fan base. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if Riot focusing on the quality that they're focusing on, I don't know if that's going to be like a guaranteed success or whatever, or if it's going to be the same thing as Wild Rift, where it's like this really well made game that just ends up kind of performing average, and I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I mean, you would think these games would have make a big dent. I mean, do you happen to know it? I mean, does Valorant Mobile, is it planned to have crossplay with the PC version? Do you know that? Do you know?
I have no idea. I don't think anything is confirmed yet, but I think if they do it like they did Wild Rift, it will be a fully separate game that is similar, obviously, like in gameplay, graphics, all that stuff, but it's an actual like different client. And because of that, there won't be any crossplay or any cross progression or anything like that. And what they did with Wild Rift was, if you played League of Legends and you spent, a bunch of money and you unlocked a bunch of skins and characters and stuff like that, what they did was they recompensated you with random chests. So you could basically unlock champions and skins, but randomly. So you didn't get all your same stuff, but you did get a bunch of stuff unlocked based off of how much you bought in the PC game. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. I think there's been some very very, whether it be rumored or slight evidence. I don't even know what the right word is, but there's been some stuff that suggests that maybe it might be the same game as the console version. And
Mm,
I don't see why the console version would be vastly different from the PC version, because we usually don't see that with like other PC console cross compatible games. So maybe that suggests that it could be cross progression. I don't think it'll be crossplay, but cross progression. But if it isn't, I imagine they're probably just gonna do the same thing as Wild Rift. They're gonna be like, hey, we know you spent money on the PC game. Here's some type of compensation.
isn't there a rumor going around that Apex Legends Mobile 2 should be crossplay, right? Or cross progression?
Yeah, yeah. I think it was mostly because of the language and the that they used and the job listings that they used. It seems like, like they didn't even say like Apex is shutting down. They said it was sunsetting. And
Right,
if you say something sunsetting, it kind of implies that there's something after that. There's a sunrise right after
right.
every sunset. And they also mentioned, I think it was with Battlefield, they specifically stated that they were going to reevaluate like what Battlefield mobile could be, I guess, and sort of like what the experience would be. It I don't know. It's just the language they used. It kind of hinted that they thought like, okay, making these mobile specific games of these PC games was not the right move. So we're gonna take it back, and we might make a cross compatible PC game. Whether that means cross play or cross or just cross progression, obviously we have no idea. But I would not be surprised if EA is not done with Apex on mobile.
Yeah, so we could see a resurgence from Apex Legends, Battlefield Mobile, even.
Yeah,
And if Apex Legends Mobile relaunches, what happens to high energy heroes? Do you think high energy heroes can coexist in the same marketplace?
I think it could, just because they seemingly have been on like a roll with changing hero design and stuff like that. Obviously, there's still a ton of similarities to Apex Legends, but I think knowing Tencent, they've already gotten away with like making, I guess you could say, clones of other games. If you look at Undawn, it's very very similar to Life After, yet which and that's from a direct competitor, NetEase, which is like another Chinese mobile gaming company. But they still have their game coexisting with NetEase's zombie apocalypse game. Same thing with Arena Breakout. Like I think there was like some evidence to suggest that during the alpha or beta, or whatever, that there was like reused reload and inspection animations and stuff from the actual Escape from Tarkov game. I don't know if that's 100% true, but there was like comparison videos of people making it and they looked exactly the same. And yet here Arena Breakout it's been out for like a few months now. No legal issues, nothing like that. So if there was any company that could get away with it or could make it disappear with money or whatever it is, like it is Tencent. So
Yeah, I heard. Wait, um, oh, no, I'm getting my devs confused. I heard the developers for COD Mobile, not Tencent. It's Timmy Studios. Or maybe
Yeah,
Tencent owns them
that's
after all.
yeah.
But
They own them. They own them.
I heard that they're working on a new game. I don't know if that's shoot. Where did I
Is it
see
the
that?
Delta Force one?
I don't know if it's that one per se. I think. Damn. I wish I would have got some better information. Someone had messaged me in Discord and they said, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And it was Bobby Plays talking about Timmy Studios working on a game, and I think it might be the same one. I guess they're maybe developing the mobile version of Delta Force. Might be.
Yeah, from what I heard, it seems like the FPS game that Timmy Studios is working on right now is Delta Force, and it's supposed to be like a cross compatible game, PC and mobile. But I think they have released a trailer, but that's PC gameplay. But people are sort of spreading it as like this is mobile, and it looks exceptional. You know, like if it is mobile, it's probably like the best mobile looking game. But I think it might be PC gameplay. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, this
and
has
I've
to be
also
PC
heard
gameplay.
yeah, and I've also heard conflicting stuff too because people have been like, is this going to be like Warzone mobile or is this going to be like Battlefield and stuff? Because they show off like tanks and they show off like traditional like running around tactical sprints stuff like that. They show helicopters and all that stuff. So people are saying it's supposed to be like Battlefield, but then others are saying it's an extraction shooter like Arena Breakout. So I've heard so many different things about this game at this point. I have no idea what it actually is because it seems like all the media is in Chinese. Um, but it looks incredible. If they're able to actually translate this to like mobile, it looks very very good.
It looks like it could be from the footage that I'm watching. Like this is mostly campaign gameplay because it looks like it has like scripted elements, and then it would kind of
Yeah.
explain some of the like the crazy graphics. Like how can a mobile game handle this? Well, I think some of this might be like scripted like campaign stuff. The way that the helicopters are just kind of like there's like multiple things going on screen. And especially how good the graphics are. This has to be, at least from what I'm watching, this has to be campaign footage. There's no way that this is actual multiplayer footage. I think at
Yeah,
least.
I would imagine it's probably hard to have this much on screen while doing what Tencent usually does and like, have their games playable on 2 gigs of RAM or 4 gigs of RAM or whatever it is. Um I do think that they are supposed to release more information in like 4 or 5 days from now. So I'm very interested in seeing like what do they have to say about this game because right now it's like a lot of hearsay. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't even if none of this is on mobile in the first place because it looks very very good. I wouldn't be surprised if
Right.
it is campaign because it looks very scripted and yeah, I'm kind of tapering my expectations just a little bit because I know if this is the PC gameplay, obviously the mobile one is going to be a severely cut down version of that. Um, but I mean, even still, like the actual elements of gameplay, the tanks, the helicopters, all that stuff, it still excites me.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks fun. For like it looks like any other Call of Duty game. That's exactly what a
Yeah.
Call of Duty trailer looks like. That's the kind of gameplay that gets people hyped up. August 22nd.
Oh,
That's the date right
the,
there.
I didn't notice that. Did you see? It says PlayStation, Xbox, like
It's like all
it's
it's everything, And actually,
yeah. That's
let me pause it there. Hold on, let me see.
does it say Switch too? Because if it's on Switch too, then that'll give us
Oof.
an idea of
I don't see Switch.
okay, that no, that's good though because if it was on Switch, it would give us an idea of like, okay, we should probably manage our expectations because if they're gonna scale this down to Switch, it has to be like really low end, like the Switch is basically like an Android phone from like 2014, 2015. So
It's the
the fact
Galaxy
that it's
4.
not on, yeah, basically like the fact that it's not on Switch is probably a good
Kind of a
sign.
good sign.
Yeah.
Damn, imagine that. But yeah, PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, the Epic Store, iOS, and Android across all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about this game as far as I mean, if it has Timmy Studios, well, there's multiple studios up here actually. I don't know these other two, but the one in the middle, Timmy Studios. I mean, they're known for the multiplayer stuff. So I mean,
Right.
I don't want to speculate too much, but in a few days, the 22nd of August at Gamescom, I'm guessing there's going to be a new reveal, more information. So don't gotta wait too
There's
long.
people saying rumors that the next Switch will be announced at this event too. I don't believe it, but we'll see.
No.
Apparently, there's like a lot of stuff that has leaked in like the last month about the new Switch, like the processor, what it
Could
could
that be why
be.
Switch is or Nintendo is omitted from this list?
Who knows? I
Hmm.
mean, that could be a possibility too, because supposedly, apparently, like the processor for the next Switch is like confirmed. Like Nvidia, which is their partner, has only made like one mobile processor that could be used for the Switch and the next Nintendo console in the first place. And basically, people say that it's as powerful as a portable PS4, maybe even above that. So who knows? I mean, if this game is already being made for, it doesn't say PS4 though. That's one thing we need to point out is that it doesn't say being made for PS4. It just says PlayStation.
Oh, that's true
So
too.
yeah, so we don't know if this is gonna scale down to like Xbox One, PS4 levels. If it isn't, then I don't think it would even be on the new Switch console. I think Timmy Studios only has two games on Switch, and it's Pokemon Unite, which was a success, and Arena of Valor, which was like a huge flop. They never updated it, so they also might not be even interested in like the next Switch console, even if it is more powerful. Who knows though? I have no
Who
idea.
knows? Who knows? A lot of speculations, dude. Who knows what comes out? But I guess August 22nd we'll find out for sure. I didn't even hear
Yeah.
about the Nintendo Switch thing. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, apparently people are saying it'll come out by like the holidays of next year, which I think if you look at like past Nintendo announcements, it's like they always give like a 6 to 12 month window of like when they announce it versus when it comes out or something like that. And a bunch of like the spec stuff has leaked in the last month or so, and people are just like harping on the fact that it's gonna be announced by the end of this year. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised too, because who knows?
Well, speaking of games and release dates and things, to look forward to. How about what do you think of Rainbow Six Mobile?
I love it. It's my favorite game. And
Legit?
no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I I only played the first beta. Sorry, alpha, not even beta. I played the first alpha, and obviously, AB. For people who don't know, I was like addicted to it. I was playing every single day for like 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. I grinded the leaderboards. I got to like top 20, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. I was there.
Not super, yeah, not super like praisable or anything, because obviously hardly any people were playing during the first alpha, but at the same time I was very proud of that. And I liked it. Even in the early alpha, I liked the gameplay, and I was like, if they just refine this, if they just make it a little bit more smooth, fluid, and stuff like that, like this will be a hit. Um, I I don't know where it's gonna land now. I didn't play the last alphas or betas or whatever it was. I didn't have an Android at the time, so this will be the first time that I've actually played the game when this soft launch or whatever it is that comes out. This will be the first time that I actually play the game since the original alpha, and I'm hoping that I still enjoy it like I did the first time around. Um, I am aware of some of the criticisms. People are still complaining about the art style. People have complained about the optimization and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think the developers are trying their best to make this game like successful. A lot of the features that they have lined up do excite me. Controller support, 120 FPS support, stuff like that. Um, and I mean, as someone who was like who got their channel kickstarted off Area F2, like obviously I love CQB games. Like I want one that's successful on mobile, one that I can grind out content and play with my friends and stuff. So I have high hopes for this game. Whether or not it's gonna land, I have no idea. I I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I really like the Rainbow Six formula. I think the multiplayer is, it's definitely different from, what's popular at the moment. A lot of battle royale, Call of Duty, Warzone Mobile is going to be
Yeah.
another, more of the same. Rainbow Six Mobile, it has its own unique take on multiplayer, and I think it's definitely going to appeal to us, probably a more niche group of people. Um, I don't think I'm going to see guys like iFerg or those guys, make transition over to this game, but it's going to be nice to see
Yeah.
it kind of, I think it's going to have its own, it's going to build its own thing. It's going to have its own community of content creators. I think it's going to lead to some good things. And I haven't seen, I mean, they haven't shown anything particularly new. So if the
Yeah.
game, if they were to say, hey, okay, the game is available now, and it's literally everything that we played during the last closed beta or whatever, I'm probably not going to put too much time into it. I would love to, but there
Yeah.
wasn't enough substantial content or refinement even in the gameplay to be like, yeah, I can't wait to play more and more Rainbow Six. Call of Duty just kind of has Call of Duty Mobile in particular just kind of has it has all my attention. So it's really hard for me to deviate to any other games. But I mean, I wish I
That's,
could. Well, I'll have to wait and see what it really has to offer. But
yeah.
I just I don't know. My expectations are kind of like in the middle. I'm happy that it's releasing. I'm happy that it's out for people that want it. But I don't know if it's gonna necessarily be like my new game.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, but with the Arena Breakout, because I'll agree, like COD Mobile has kind of changed how like you expect a mobile game to be, where there's constant like new events, clan war stuff, fresh content, new guns to grind, maps, stuff like that. And then some of these other games will be like, we haven't seen you in 4, 5, 6 months or whatever it is, and it's just like very slight changes. And then it's kind of like, okay, well, what do I do now? And I kind of feel like that's how I was with the Arena Breakout, because I was playing during the beta, and like, I don't know if they had a soft launch, I can't remember, but during that time period. And then playing now, it's kind of just like yeah, it's the same, like there's not a new map really to grind, or like the events are similar. And I can see myself being the same way with Rainbow Six Mobile. Like, I didn't play the last beta or whatever, but I could also see, like, if there's not that much difference from the alpha that I played almost a year ago,
Right.
like, why am I going to continue? Like,
You
I want to
basically
see
feel
new
like
maps.
you've seen it all, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to see new stuff. And if there's not new stuff, I understand the game's not fully released. They're probably optimizing it, refining it, and stuff like that. But at the same time, it doesn't really entice me to play if it's just the same maps, same characters, same game modes, same everything, and I'm just playing a slightly better tuned version of what I did 6 months ago or 8 months ago or whatever, whenever it was. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like some of these games have definitely fell behind when it comes to the timeline of updates and timeline of new things to do to actually keep us in it.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like they fall behind just a little bit. At the same time though, I would rather that they take their time though, because I don't want them to rush either. I don't want them to rush and be like, here's everything, and then it's not even optimized, it's not fluid, it's not good and stuff. So it's this weird little balance that they have to kind of strike, and I feel like no one has really struck it other than the two big ones like COD and PUBG. Um and Pokemon Unite, but that's not in the same genre. But
Yeah. I mean, these games. I mean, dude, are we just needy gamers? we need content
I don't think so.
every freaking day. Give me new stuff
I
every
don't think
day.
so, because I've been playing like the same games for years. I've been playing Skyrim since it came out, and I was still
Oh,
in
damn.
high school. That game hasn't received new content in like half a decade, I think. I don't even know, but I still play that game, because it's the content that it has is fun, and it's different and it's new when I play it and stuff like that. I still play The Witcher 3. I beat it 2 years ago. I still play it because it there's still stuff I haven't done, or there's still things in there. But I feel like a lot of these other games that come out specifically on mobile, they're like surface level. Like, there's like, you get to it, you play it, you experience all that it has, and then it's kind of like, okay, what's next? And you're
Yeah.
just waiting. And the only there's very very few games that I feel like go into that category of like they don't apply, like PUBG, COD Mobile, for me, Pokemon Unite, Genshin Impact. Like these games have a tendency to update pretty often, and they have different things for you to like try and different things for you to play. And some of these other games, it's like if you compare right now, August 2023 to like February 2023, there's not a massive difference. And it's like, well, why do you think I'm gonna keep playing your game? Like you haven't changed it that much, you know?
You know, you're. It sounds like what you're saying. It sounds a lot of what I've been hearing from another particular game. Uh, you might know of it, Jaboozle.
Oh,
You might know of it.
what? I know it.
The good old Combat Master.
I can't. I honestly could not tell you even the month of when my last Combat Master video was because I kind of just stopped.
Man, dude, I've been pumping out videos, but I slowed down a bit. I've been doing like maybe one or two a week, and it's just
Yeah.
kind of hard without content to like really, like to keep the community excited. People play, and I just get a lot of people asking me about the update, the update, and I have been able to play some of the stuff, and I've also been asked not to show anything, which like sucks because like for once in my
Uh,
life I actually have information. I've actually have access to things, and then like out of
you
respect
can't
because
share it.
exactly, dude,
Yeah.
exactly. And so like there's been like some images and stuff going around. People like show me things, and they're like, "Hey, is this real? Is this true?" And the last thing that I tweeted out was this image that has come across my desk several times, so to speak. And yeah, people are asking me about this image here, and just for anybody out there that's like watching the Combat Master content, and if you haven't kept up, this is basically what like the most recent thing is this image. Um, I I will say everything here does look legit. It looks like very similar to stuff that I've seen already. But one thing that I find interesting though is that this particular picture looks very cinematic, and I think this might be a screenshot of an upcoming promo. So
Mm,
if Alpha Bravo's already in the promotional trailer stage, I think the update is probably right around the corner. Just putting that out
yeah.
there. But
Yeah,
with
that makes sense. I mean, it does look very cinematic. It does look very like screenshot from a trailer or something.
Yeah, with that being said, though, I know everybody's gonna be happy to get the content and all that. Like, it's been a long wait. Like Alpha said a month ago, a month and a half ago, that this update would have came out between 2 to 3 weeks, and it's been like five.
Yeah. I can't. That's one of the reasons why I stopped because I feel like every single day I was getting comments. When is it coming out? Can you ask them? Stuff like that. And it just became this thing where I'm like, I don't work on the game. I don't know. I can only tell you what they tell me. And 8 weeks ago, they told me 2 more weeks. And then, and like here
Yeah,
we are, still
yeah.
waiting.
I love the game, man. I still have
So,
a lot of high hopes for it. It's just, the fact of content just rolling out so slow. Man, it hurts. It hurts the game.
yeah.
I every video I get comments from people that are saying, "Yeah, I'm done waiting. I'm done. I'm moving on to something else. Let me know when Battle Royale releases." And it's like, all right, dude, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I know that the interest in this game has died down on my channel because I stopped getting comments on it. Before, I'm telling you, every single day I would get a "Where's Combat Master? Where's the update?" Blah blah blah. And now it's never about Combat Master. And I know like a large amount of my subs were interested in Combat Master, and the fact that they're not even asking me anymore, it kind of, it's I feel like they're on the same page as me where I'm kind of like, okay, I'm done actually waiting. I'll just when it comes out, I'll check it out. Obviously, cool. But I'm not gonna be like counting the days, or I'm not gonna look at the battle pass and be like, "Ooh, 9 more days until this battle pass ends."
Right.
We should get the update then.
They
Like at this point,
actually they changed the timer on the battle pass. It doesn't have
oh
it
my
doesn't have a
god.
countdown anymore. Now it just says coming soon.
Oh, well, there. I guess that's progress. They only delayed it 3 times. And I get it too. I've defended them too in my comments from other people that have been like, they're taking too long, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, this is a small team. I've heard the rumors that they're like 3 or 4 people or something like that. Um, I'm like, it's a small team. They're making, huge changes to the game, huge additions to it and stuff. Like it's gonna take time. But at the same time, like I feel like we've been waiting for part two of this update for like a year or something. And I can't help but think like what comes next? Like, is it
Yeah.
another 6 month wait? Is it another 8 month wait? Is it
Mm,
another? And I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like so much is just riding on this one update, but we haven't even begun to think like what happens with the next one, and it's just
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna go on.
Yep. Yeah, I think after this update, there's supposed to be another multiplayer update, and then a battle royale update, and then an update to battle royale. I think that's like the timetable of it of expected updates, but I mean that's gonna be
Right.
like 6 months total. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
I wish them all the best. I
exactly.
wish them all the best. I
Yeah.
think it's fun. I think it has a lot of potential, but at the same time, like I'm not gonna hold my breath because they've proven that the dates that they set are not obviously set in stone. And I can't sit around waiting, especially as a content creator. I can't sit around waiting for them to give me fresh content to make videos on. If I have to keep making videos explaining, being like, guys, it's coming, it's coming, it's here's this super small leak or super small thing, it's coming. Like, I can't keep doing that. So I don't know. I wish them the best. I hope the update turns out to be really cool, and I hope they adopt a smaller, more frequent update schedule. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, when they first said 2 weeks, I was like, "Oh, great, that'll be right around the corner." But yeah, this we're here. We're here now. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you. You mentioned that people aren't asking you about Combat Master. So what games or what topics are is your audience asking you for? Like, what are they asking for now?
I got a couple of comments asking about the Delta Force game. They're like, "Did you see it? Have you heard about it?" Stuff like that. Um, so that's one that I want to make a video on. Uh, Besides that, I've pretty much been getting interaction on my Arena Breakout or Warzone mobile stuff. So like stuff that I've made in the past. I did a couple sponsored Arena Breakout videos in like the last 2 weeks. So I've gotten a lot of good feedback on those and a lot of people, playing that game and stuff. And then Warzone Mobile too, just with that Warzone Mobile Android video that I did, people being like, I don't know how I feel about this game, or this game is gonna flop on Android, or whatever it is. Like, obviously, people are super opinionated about it, but those are pretty much the two like heavy hitting topics on my channel right now. It's either Arena Breakout or it's Warzone Mobile.
I've seen yeah, like on the feed and stuff. I've been noticing a lot of Arena Breakout, a lot of content creators hopping into that.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot of I know because they've hit me up. There's a lot of sponsored Arena Breakout stuff happening right now. Like people being paid to live stream it, people being paid to make videos on it and stuff. Um, and so that I think that's they're taking it very seriously. Like they're instead of putting money into like ads for content creators that don't play mobile games to play it, just for like a single video, they're instead putting the money into like content creators that actually want to play their game. And I think that's cool because I think we all remember the Apex Mobile Mr. Beast video, and
oh my God, yeah.
who knows how much money they spent to get Mr. Beast to play Apex Mobile, and they could have put that towards actual Apex Mobile content creators instead. And I feel like Arena Breakout is doing that instead of paying, I don't even know big YouTubers right now, but instead of paying them to play this mobile game that they're never going to touch again, like they're putting that money towards small, medium, and large size content creators to just play and stream their game just to be able to promote it and stuff. And I've been a part of that. I've been a part of a couple of their projects where they're like, "Hey, can you make this video?" or "Hey, can you make this 3-part video?" or whatever it is. And it's cool. It's
Oh,
cool.
so they've actually reached out to you to work on projects and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, they've reached out to make like whether it be just one video or the most recent one I did was like 6 videos, and
Oh
yeah,
wow, they
they
signed you up for
reached out.
six videos.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Damn. Okay,
Um,
Arena Breakout. Shoot, you know what? I might have been sleeping on Arena Breakout, man. I don't know.
yeah, it's pretty good, and I know right now, like I've been seeing their tweets pop up on my timeline of people being like going live to Arena Breakout. I know of another contract that they're offering where they're basically offering content creators like compensation for streaming it every day for like 5 days out of the 7
Whew.
to do it for like a couple weeks or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. And I can already tell which content creators they hit up because like every day I'm seeing like a going live with Arena Breakout. And but yeah, I mean, I think for that,
And you're
they'll
putting
spend
two.
because they're
You put two and two together. You're like, oh, they're probably
Yeah.
under the deal.
I'm like, this guy was streaming COD Mobile all last week, and now all of a sudden he's doing Arena Breakout. But I mean, it's good though. They're choosing content creators that actually make mobile gaming videos, and instead of choosing these content creators that have like no real reach in the mobile gaming community, and I think that's a win for them.
I mean, I'm looking at their Twitter page right now, and they're on August 18th. Freaking iFerg is playing Arena Breakout, playing in my first
Wow.
tournament in 2 years right now. That's huge. To get freaking
That was a
iFerg
fact.
to play your
I already
game,
know. Yeah.
yeah, that is huge. Like, this man has been playing COD Mobile for like the past 5 years, and now you're like, hey, I'm working on Arena Breakout now. Even has the hashtag sponsored. He's letting everybody know hashtag sponsored.
I mean, some of the people that they've picked up are even off like the project or whatever. They're still making videos and streaming it and stuff. But yeah, that's funny. They probably offered him a bag, dude, because I've
Dude,
heard how much they're offering some of these 100K sub guys and stuff, and he's at like what 2 mil.
yeah.
I can't imagine how much he's making off of that. I mean, good for him, good for them, because
Dude, they're at least paying him $200.
I think that's a fair estimate. Yeah.
Yeah, Ferg's getting like 200. Rose Smith isn't as popular, so he's probably getting about $50. Little B, they're probably paying him in peanuts. And Godsley,
I think they flew Little B out to China to participate in like a LAN event.
I think I saw him out there with
don't-
IMO and
Yeah,
who's
I
the,
I don't really know Ice Stream. I think you're thinking of.
yeah, the ice stream. Yep. I seen them
Yeah,
all
I
on
don't
stage.
I don't really know. I don't really know Little B. Like I don't know his content or what game he makes and stuff, but I've seen him around. And
Yeah, he was
good for
actually
him. I mean,
he was a competitive COD mobile player. I think he's actually a champ. I think his team has won
Oh.
championships.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know all the mobile guys.
And
but,
Godsley, he's a Silver Surfer cosplayer.
yeah, I know him. Silver Surfer. Oh man.
Dude. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, it's freaking dope. I mean, these guys are getting,
I would rather see them do this though and invest into these mobile creators that are actually mobile creators instead of, Mr. Beast, who, let's be real, like most Mr. Beast doesn't care about mobile games probably, right?
nah.
And so like it just makes zero sense to reach out to these people who don't actually care about mobile and then do this one-off, never gonna touch it again video versus these guys who will do the sponsored project and then will continue to make videos, will continue to stream it, continue to tweet even when you're not paying them and stuff like that. So it's good for them. It's good for them. And I appreciate them because they've helped me pay my rent.
That's what's up, dude. Shout out to Arena Breakout. Oh wait, hold on. I got a sound effect for that.
Sure.
Hold on. I actually have. Shout out to Arena Breakout.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got the horn now.
Those are so funny. It's so funny that like Discord is like you can just do that. You can just add your own sounds to
Oh,
it.
you gotta give me some good ideas for sound effects, dude.
I gotta now that I know that like you can really put whatever you want, I gotta look up like funny little sound bits and stuff just so we can add it.
Hell yeah. Well, Jab, we covered a bunch of topics, man. Was there anything that we haven't touched on yet, dude? Or was there one more thing you wanted to talk about, or what you thinking?
No, I think we touched up on everything. yeah, we touched up on pretty much everything that I wrote down. Um, I think this was a good one, and I think I definitely have stuff that I can think about now though that we could probably include into the next episode. So
For sure.
if you actually made it this far into the video, then if you have a suggestion as to what topics you maybe want to hear me and AB talk about, then drop a comment because we obviously read all of them, and that does influence what we end up sort of deciding on what to talk about during the podcast. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think that was a good one, and I think people are going to be excited for the next one. What do you think?
Oh hell yeah, for sure, dude. With your boy AB, and
What's up, guys? Jaboosle here.
I think no,
It catches me off guard every time.
oh, I love it, dude. But no, yeah, doing the podcast super fun. Me and Jab, we try to keep our ears to the streets, as they say, and try to stay up to date with all the news and interesting
For
topics.
sure.
But obviously, if you guys have any ideas for the podcast, if you guys can please come up with a name, would be really appreciated.
Oh my god, that should be our priority number one. Like someone in the comments has to come up with like a really cool, catchy name, so that we can finally be like, this is the whatever podcast. Because
Yeah,
every intro, it's just we don't have a name. So
that's literally how we started out. We still don't have a name. Anyways, it's your boy AB.
and I'm Jaboozle. And if you haven't checked out AB, highly recommend that you guys check him out. He has some of the best, not only COD mobile content, but mobile gaming content here on YouTube. Some of the most genuine content that you can go ahead and watch and stuff. If you haven't checked out his streams and stuff like that, then I highly recommend you do it. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out his channel. I will, as always, leave a link to his stuff in the description and in the pinned comment.
Yeah, and a big thank you to Jab. Thank you for being such a good collaborative partner. And I appreciate you. And if anybody listening, any from my community, if you don't know who Jaboozle is, I highly recommend you guys go check him out. He makes some of the best content out there. Super knowledgeable, and he has a much better speaking voice than me. And he is 10 times more handsome.
Not even the handsome part, yeah, but not even the voice thing. No, I'm just kidding. But all right, guys, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we see you guys in the next. Hopefully we see you guys in the next episode.
See you guys later.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Peace.
Peace. Oh man.